sweetheart, what's your name?
Do you see any of the real Diana in Meghan? Did
God,
you?
no.
Really?
No. Sorry.
What if one of the most powerful royal love stories ever sold to the world wasn't a fairy tale at all, but a carefully staged illusion? What if the glow, the smiles, the perfectly timed appearances were hiding something far darker underneath?
In my opinion, she would still be a waitress if it wasn't for Dad.
For years, Meghan Markle presented herself as the modern duchess who broke rules gracefully, who carried herself with confidence, independence, and that endlessly praised pregnancy glow. Cameras adored her, headlines worshipped her. The world bought into the image completely, but behind the polished smiles and curated moments, whispers were already crawling through royal corridors. And now, those whispers have found their loudest amplifier. Meghan, off. Piers Morgan,
Meghan, off.
Britain's most unapologetic royal critic, has decided he's not letting this one go. With that familiar smirk that signals chaos is coming, he's waving what he calls brand new evidence, claiming it could tear down Meghan's carefully built narrative once and for all.
Are there any fans of Meghan Markle in tonight? Oh, hang on. There is one lone hand has raised up here. Actually, that is one more than I expected, I have to be honest.
And here's where it stops being casual gossip and turns nuclear. According to Piers, this isn't recycled rumor or tired tabloid noise. He says these are leaked documents, mismatched timelines, and photos that don't line up no matter how generously you squint. One day the bump is prominent, the next it seems to shrink, shift, or vanish altogether. Piers treats it like a royal Netflix thriller, calling it Pregnancy Gate, and according to him, the receipts are devastating.
I don't think that is a real baby bump. I think
way too big. It's way too big.
and sort of too low as well.
Yeah, it's like a metre out there. I mean, it looks the wrong shape.
Where's she going to give birth there? Through her knees or something? I mean, that is too low.
Meghan's camp stays quiet. No statements, no clarifications, no gentle denial. But silence online doesn't cool flames, it pours gasoline on them. And Piers strikes the match with glee. The question isn't even whether he's right anymore. It's why this story refuses to die, why it keeps resurfacing bigger and louder every time. Buckle up, because this isn't polite palace drama. This is a public roasting, and Piers Morgan is enjoying every second of it. What he's hinting at could be the scandal Meghan never escapes, and it only gets messier from here. This story isn't about what's proven. It's about perception, proximity, and why the same names keep popping up whenever royal power is questioned. Piers didn't return quietly. He came back aiming straight for Meghan's reputation like it owed him money. After months of silence, he dropped what he called a fresh media grenade, claiming new evidence exposes one of the biggest royal illusions in years. He strutted onto his show tapping documents like he was about to cross-examine the monarchy.
Arms. And also, why is the belly several shades browner than anywhere else? It's not supposed to be brown.
Itself. His message was crystal clear. He warned everyone. Let's not forget the Oprah performance. What? What? They did with these people? What? There's a conversation with Harry about how dark your baby is going to be potentially and what that would mean or look like. How dark your baby was. It was ridiculous. Clips of his rant exploded across TikTok, X, and YouTube within hours. Royal drama addicts replayed it like courtroom footage. Even people who despised Piers admitted he knew exactly how to detonate chaos. He framed it as truth-telling. But let's be honest, this was entertainment warfare. Every pause, every raised eyebrow, every calm delivery was calculated. What hurt Meghan supporters the most wasn't volume, it was confidence. He wasn't yelling, he was savoring it, like a man who waited years for revenge. And whether the evidence holds up almost doesn't matter. The fire was already lit. Do you remember Meghan actually refused to use the hospital that was usually used by royals and refused to use all of the normal medical staff, and there was all of the weirdness over the timing of the birth of Archie. That's when things spiraled. Meghan's baby bump, once celebrated as magical, became Britain's most analyzed body part. One appearance showed a perfectly rounded bump under designer fabric. Days later, it appeared smaller, higher, oddly positioned. Twitter didn't wait for explanations, it did the math. But Piers replayed clips like a detective, pointing out how Meghan cradled her bump constantly, on stage, in interviews, during walkabouts. serious. To fans, it was touching. To critics, it was theatrical. Trevor put an article out there that Meghan had a hysterectomy and couldn't have children, and that was a big issue in their relationship. So that says a lot to the fake royal kids right now, because obviously they couldn't have come out of her. Reddit exploded with side-by-side comparisons. Armchair analysts paused frames like they were solving a murder. Meghan said nothing, and silence turned curiosity into obsession. Every outfit became evidence, every public step another clue. Then came the home birth story. Candles, calm, Frogmore Cottage. A modern Duchess rewriting tradition. Until suddenly, it vanished. No home birth, no explanation. Just a sudden hospital announcement that read like it had been drafted weeks earlier. All of it was designed to damage and attack the royal family, the monarchy, and all of it. Piers pounced. He replayed interviews, highlighted contradictions, and mocked the disappearing narrative. The hospital switch fueled speculation, security fears, scheduling chaos, even surrogacy whispers. None confirmed, all amplified. And when image cracks in royalty, the internet rips them open. Then came the leaks. Screenshots, alleged memos, schedules that didn't align with public appearances, hospital visits on days Meghan was photographed elsewhere. Coincidence? Piers didn't think so. Hashtags exploded. Timeline breakdowns flooded feeds. Silence from the palace made everything worse. 57,000 people complained about me for not believing Princess Pinocchio. I'll take the job option. Thanks. By then, facts didn't matter. Only the narrative did. And the narrative was vicious. Whispers turned into accusations. Anonymous staff memos surfaced, painting a picture of chaos behind palace doors. Demands. Exhaustion. Emotional manipulation. Piers turned whispers into headlines, claiming Meghan played victim while others cleaned up the mess. Putting out a twerking, heavily pregnant video, it's all just embarrassing. Sympathy evaporated, side-eye replaced support. Silence stopped looking strategic and started looking guilty. Meghan and Harry vanished again. No statements, no denials, just quiet. And online, quiet is deadly. Forums erupted. TikToks dissected everything. The story no longer belonged to Meghan. It belonged to the crowd. Piers leaned into it, asking the question everyone was thinking. If there's nothing to hide, why not say so? Why have they simply not made an announcement to the fact that all of the speculation about the children's arrivals? By now, it wasn't about a bump. It was about power, control, revenge. Piers wasn't chasing justice, he was chasing dominance. And Meghan wasn't helpless. Every appearance, every project, every Netflix drop was her silent counterattack. The feud became profitable. Controversy turned into currency. Social media became the courtroom. Memes became evidence. Hashtags became verdicts. Logic didn't trend. Chaos did. It makes them newsworthy. We're losing time from our lives. The internet decided long before facts could catch up. Guilty of mystery. And that's the dark truth of digital fame. Reputation isn't lost overnight. It's erased one viral clip at a time. And just when people thought the noise would finally fade, it did the exact opposite. The rumors didn't slow down, they mutated. What started as side-eye turned into full-blown obsession. Because once the internet smells uncertainty, it doesn't let go. Every old clip was dragged back into the light. Every paused frame became proof. And the more Meghan refused to engage, the more the narrative hardened without her permission. What really twisted the knife was how familiar the pattern felt. Rise fast, control the image, rewrite tradition, then vanish when questions get uncomfortable. People started saying this wasn't about one pregnancy at all, it was about credibility, about whether the public had been emotionally manipulated through perfectly staged moments, timed vulnerability, and selective truth. And once that idea takes hold, it doesn't matter how many times you smile for the cameras. Doubt has already moved in. Piers Morgan knew exactly what he was doing. He didn't rush. He teased. He hinted. He let audiences do the dirty work for him. Every time he said, "I'm not saying anything, I'm just asking questions," he knew the questions would spread faster than answers ever could. That's the genius and the cruelty of it. He never had to prove anything, he just had to make people uncomfortable enough to keep watching. And people did. They watched, replayed, argued, defended, attacked. Friends unfollowed each other over this. Comment sections turned savage. Meghan wasn't just a duchess anymore. She was a symbol people projected everything onto. Victim to some, master manipulator to others. And once a woman gets trapped between those two extremes, there's no safe way out. What made things worse was timing. Every time Meghan launched something new, a podcast, a project, a public appearance, the rumors resurfaced louder. Critics said she was trying to drown out the noise. Supporters said she was rising above it. But the overlap kept feeding suspicion. Why now? Why again? Why never directly address it? In the court of public opinion, unanswered questions always sound like admissions. And Harry? He stood beside her, silent, protective, visibly tense. To some, that loyalty was admirable. To others, it looked rehearsed, like damage control. The body language clips circulated endlessly. Analysts slowed down his expressions, replayed his pauses, scrutinized every glance. Even his silence became evidence, twisted into whatever theory someone wanted to sell that day. Behind the scenes, insiders whispered about exhaustion, about how staff dreaded headlines because they never knew which narrative would explode next, about how the palace learned too late that silence doesn't work in the algorithm era. The old rules of royalty couldn't survive TikTok, Reddit, and 24-hour outrage cycles. Meghan wasn't just fighting Piers Morgan, she was fighting a machine that feeds on ambiguity. And here's the part no one wants to admit out loud. Even if nothing illegal happened, even if everything was exactly as presented, the damage may already be irreversible. Because perception doesn't care about medical facts. It cares about consistency. And once people believe a story has holes, they start digging until they create their own answers. That's why this saga refuses to end. It taps into something deeper than gossip. It hits trust, power, celebrity control. Who gets to shape the truth, the person living it or the audience consuming it? Meghan tried to own her narrative from day one, but the moment she lost control of the timeline, the internet took over the pen. Piers understands that better than anyone. He doesn't need a verdict, he just needs momentum. Every tease keeps his relevance alive. Every reaction proves his influence. And Meghan, whether she wants it or not, remains central to his story. Their feud isn't just personal anymore, it's symbiotic. Each keeps the other trending. So where does that leave things now? In limbo. No confirmations, no denials, just a trail of speculation that grows longer with time. The longer the silence stretches, the more people assume there's something to hide. Fair or not, that's how digital culture works. It punishes quiet, it rewards noise. And the cruel irony is this: Meghan built her global brand on voice, empowerment, and visibility. Yet the scandal that shadows her thrives on the one thing she refuses to give, a direct answer. Until that changes, this story won't die. It will evolve, resurface, and follow her wherever she goes. Because in today's world, truth isn't decided in palaces or courtrooms. It's decided on screens. And once the audience believes they've spotted a crack, they'll keep pulling until something breaks. And that's why this scandal won't die. Whether Piers is a truth teller or a professional pot stirrer, he dragged Meghan back into a spotlight she can't escape. The question isn't what happened anymore, it's who dares expose what comes next. Because if this shocked you, what's already unfolding will shake the royal walls all over again. Stay tuned, over again. Stay tuned, over again. Stay tuned, over again.